Hello, I am Alex, and here I have Mango, the bearded dragon. As you can see, he's not your run-of-the-mill wizard. You may be thinking that he came straight out of a horror movie, or that he's scary and ferocious, or that his 6-inch tail could be used as a whip. But really, he's a sweetheart and loves attention. You would never know all this just from looking at him, but just asking a simple question could unravel a huge backstory that you would never know unless you asked or considered it. Sadly, this is the truth for a lot of things. For an example, trees. When people cut them down, they're really killing themselves and everyone else. Because trees take in CO2 and provide oxygen, which is helpful for us. Trees can take in 48 pounds of CO2 a year and 1 ton by the time they are 40 years old. Trees help our soil remain healthy by creating a climate sustainable for microorganisms to grow. 3 billion trees get cut down a year, which harms the environment and the soil because the trees don't have enough time to create a climate sustainable for the microorganisms. It is important for us to understand that even though trees don't verbally speak or say things, they're still helping us. So in return, we should understand that and help them. Another example of how we can learn backstories is if we took into consideration things like apps on an iPhone. They're really just ways for people to give money to companies. Games like Candy Crush have a payout rate where you win 2 games and then lose 1. The one you lose is too hard for your specific level and is impossible unless you buy an upgrade. Let's just say, when you think of a game that's popular, let's just say it has 1.4 million people playing. If each person decides to buy that 99-cent upgrade, the company will make about $1.4 million. No offense to Candy Crush, but they're really just trying to make it addictive so you spend all your money on the game. If people became more informed about these apps, they're really learning a valuable lesson, which is what you need versus what you want, which is a lesson that appears a lot throughout life. If we gave a consideration to the past when we weren't as careless, we could go back to caring about the trees and the environment. I know you may think this is weird coming from me, but maybe we should put down technology and get to know people better, like the elderly. If we got to know them instead of pushing them away and judging them, we could learn from them. Movies and stereotypes make people think that they forget everything. But maybe, what if we considered that since they've lived for longer, they've had more experiences? Back then, if you wanted to talk to someone, you would write them a letter or actually have a one-on-one conversation with them. Which, when you talk to them, you could get to learn more about them and their backstory. Here's the most important part to me and how it all ties back into this little guy. He's something I'm passionate about. I care that he's fed, respected, and gets his daily amount of pets. So when I was looking up videos on how to get them to exercise, I came across a lot of documentaries that shared how they were getting abused through pet stores and transformation. The documentaries and articles I've seen shares that it mostly happens in the more popular ones like Petco and PetSmart, which is why I don't shop there anymore. But luckily, there are good people in this world. I've learned. In your spare time, look up the video called Sunny the Bearded Dragon. He was one of the bearded dragons who was abused during a transition of PetSmart. They left him in a back room to die. But luckily, there are good people in this world. Luckily, somebody came and found this beauty of a dragon in the back room and decided not to give up on it. This person cared so much that even when store employees were telling this person that this bearded dragon was going to die, against all odds, this person adopted this bearded dragon and nursed it back to health when no one else would. Which is how this little guy found a home. This video may have just been 4 minutes and 15 seconds, but these are the 4 minutes and 15 seconds that I'll remember for my whole life. These were just a few examples on how taking into consideration things around you could help make a difference, so you could help animals, people, or anything around you could help make a difference. If you learned something, anything from this talk, I hope you act upon it. If we all put a little more thought into everything and didn't judge, maybe we could learn that everything has a little bit more meaning than you think. Thank you.